All right. So yes, we are having a bunch of people join now. As usual, welcome to our today's Tech Huddle. Sorry, it's been a few weeks since we have done a Tech Huddle. I was out on vacation last week or the week before last and traveling last week. So took a little break from the Tech Huddles, but thank you all for joining. Seeing a few names of people that may have not been on one of these. So for those of you that have never joined a Tech Huddle, these are hosted by Disability Cocoon, where typically we're going to invite on a tech vendor of some sort that has a specific tech solution. But we invite a pretty broad range of people to talk on these tech huddles to give you guys solutions and ideas and just to kind of provide a resource for people to go discover new things related to tech. We've had some families on and provider agencies that are talking about what they do. This week, we have Brian and Ed from LifeZest. And they've created a new, I'll let you guys describe what it is exactly you're doing, but I think it's going to be another really great resource that I just want for the industry. And it is 100% focused on technology for people with disabilities. And you'll probably, as they start doing this presentation, you'll see there's a lot of synergies potentially between LifeZest and Disability Cocoon. So excited to have you guys on today. Thank you for doing this.
Having us. Yeah, we're excited to be here. I think I'll just get started by sort of giving some background on who we are and where we arrived or why we arrived at wanting to do LifeZest. I'd seen a statistic not too long ago where I think it said by 2024, the assistive technology market would grow to be more than $30 billion globally, which of course makes it a massive industry. And I think that we're on the precipice of unprecedented investment in this industry. I realize a lot of companies have probably been around a while, catering to people with disabilities, but maybe they haven't gotten their due or the publicity maybe they deserved. And in recent years or even recent months, we've seen some of the big players like Google or Facebook, Apple really starting to invest in assistive technology. And then you have, like we saw the other day, Target has Halloween costumes even for people in wheelchairs. Kohl's has started carrying a line of clothing for people with disabilities. So I think that right now we're at a point where this is all very promising, not just from the investment point of view, but also I think it represents a cultural shift where maybe more people with disabilities are getting a seat at the table, and they're getting to tell these companies what they need so they can provide the solutions. As part of that, though, I think for us, we're very family focused. And as you'll see as we get into this, that's really what brought us here. But even for us, we have 4 family members who have disabilities. My mother is a retired DD teacher. My dad, my brother, my wife, and my sister-in-law are all independent providers for the state of Ohio. So we do have some background here. And even with that, or despite that, we have found it somewhat challenging at times to find the right solution for the family members we're trying to help support. So as we move forward and we're looking at, there's potentially greater investment going into this field, we think that might be even more challenging for people. So obviously Disability Cocoon is a fantastic resource for people who are trying to figure out what solution is right. And so I think that's also a gap we're trying to bridge with LifeZest, so people can come to our site and maybe find out what the best solution is for their specific situation. So I think we can get into the slides if you want. Okay. See if I click on here. Yeah, just click over here. Like I said, we're family owned and operated. I pretty much went into detail about our family. It's just a sort of an overview of who we are. We did a picture there, and maybe not the best quality, but we wanted to show everybody who we are. And so our purpose and mission then is to be a free online resource that people with disabilities and their family members or advocates can use to discover different types of technology products that are out there that can foster independent living, support, and peace of mind. The areas we want to focus on, of course, are technology. So we want to help people discover those products, but we also want to provide some different resources, things that people can use to maybe identify which product is best for them, or maybe find a good way to get financial assistance for some of these products, or find other resources such as Disability Cocoon that can help them on their journey. And in addition to that, we also have news on the website, just things in general we think are relevant um, to this topic that people may be interested in. It's not necessarily a thing where you have to stay on our website, or that's what we're trying to do is trap people to the website. It's more like, what are all these things that are all these resources people can use? Let's show them, let's help people find them so they can get the services and support they need. So I thought I'd just go through some of the examples of different types of articles we might have on the website. The technology focus, one that we have on there is some of the best remote monitoring devices. Now, I know that currently the article is not comprehensive. We want to add more, and so that's part of our journey as well, is discovering what's out there that we haven't covered yet, and so that's a big thing for us. We also have articles that cover like automatic pill dispensers, open door alarms, some easy to use phones, but anything like that we want to cover. And really, we're just getting started. We've been creating content for a few months, and we have a roadmap to create quite a bit more. From the resources aspect, one thing that we're really focused on now is we're developing some software that can help people in their decision-making process. So it's not just reading the article and taking that and then trying to think through whether this product or this group of products might be best for us. It's more like, do you need this or do you need that? Let's give some A and B questions so people can answer those and really window down to a solution that is right for them. And then, like I said, the news section is just really anything that might be relevant. Some of the things, one thing I really loved, we have an article on there, and we pulled this from another news source, but companies that hire disabled people outperform those that don't. And so I thought that was a really fantastic article to put out there. We did a recap of some of the assistive tech that was unveiled at CES earlier this year, and things along those lines. So we're hoping that people can come to our site and sort of put their fingers on the pulse of what's going on in the world of assistive technology. We've also just added an events section. So if people are looking to go to things like Disability Cocoons Tech Fest, they can hopefully get on there and find some of these events they might like to attend. And our roadmap moving forward, again, solution discovery, we want to find more solutions. Resource development, which I just covered on the different tools that we're trying to build out. We want to do some outreach. Writers, influencers, people that have a voice and would like it to be heard. We would love to be a platform for that. So, if anybody watching, for that matter, would like to like an outlet, we'd love to hear from you. And then, of course, we're interested in partnerships too. Really, any kind of partnerships. We really want to help people spread the word about the solutions they have. I think maybe you can cover some of this.
Yeah, this is Dale and Jason. They were basically living with us for quite a while since their mother passed away. But from this, they also wanted to live on their own, have their own independence, which we wanted that also. But sometimes that was a little tough to do because we didn't know what was out there either as far as that goes. But here they're at a basketball game. And our other family members, we got Carla and my sister Chris. And some of this, especially with my sister, she, my family wanted to get guardianship of her because they didn't think that she can live on her own. And of course, I was on the other side of that, that there's things out there that would help her be able to live on her own, along with assistive technology stuff, whether it be devices, and also with even family support or providers for her to accomplish this. And it took me a lot of doing and setting up meetings and that kind of thing, and showing them different devices and stuff that can help her live on her own in a safe, healthy manner without everyone just basically telling her what she needs to be doing every day. And I think they're finally coming around on that, so which was a good thing. But even on that part of it, my family didn't realize that there was all these things out there that they could utilize. And here's some of the devices Dale and Jason use at their apartment since they have moved out. One of them is the ring device, and the other one is the nucleus. Those devices help us stay in contact with them. And if they need something, they can get hold of us through the nucleus or the ring device. And the advantage to the ring doorbell was that we can, if someone comes to the door and rings it, we also get a notification to make sure that, you know, maybe someone might be want to take advantage of them or whatever, and that kind of thing. So it was kind of a win-win thing with that. Not only they can communicate through that device, we can also see what's going on also.
And actually, guys, I wanted to just real quickly in there, for those of you that are interested in the nucleus device, we actually had a past tech huddle that you can go watch to see in detail. Nucleus is on one of our tech huddles. So sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, that's it's a great device because it's very simple to use, very easy to get it to hook up, and it's been working quite well for us. So, and then here's an example too with Jason using where we could see, making sure that one, maybe the pizza guy gets his tip like he's supposed to, or, you know, but we can make sure who's coming at the door also. So, and this here we have a little video that Department of Disabilities come down and did a little video of these guys living on their own. And so we'd like to play it for you, and it's just a couple minutes long.
Yeah, hopefully we'll play.
Yeah.
I'm Dale's brother-in-law, and basically Jason's friend, I guess. Set up this here, they wanted to live alone and stuff, so we got some technology to help them be able to live independently.
Hey, take the doorbell.
The ring device is basically a doorbell that allows us to see any video or anything that comes to the door.
I heard.
Hey Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you heard.
We know if they're leaving and when they get back home and stuff, because they like going down to the gas station, buying a pop and that kind of stuff. So when someone comes to it, rings the doorbell, rings at our house also, so that way we're notified that somebody is here.
I have been working with Dale and Jason for 14 years, and their goal was always to get away from family and move out. So we've been working on that, and we finally made it happen a couple years ago. Remote supports doesn't have to be this major thing. It could be something as simple as the nucleus. It could be as simple as the Ring app. So the adaptive or assistive equipment, along with remote supports, where everybody thinks it's always big brother, it doesn't have to be that. But Dale, it worked great because sometimes Dale, with his communication, uses his hands or his communication cards, things like that. Over the phone was difficult. So this way, he could get right up there, tell him exactly what he wanted, but still live here. Changes that we have seen in Dale and in Jason, their independence. It is amazing. They are so happy, and it's been a goal of theirs forever that they just wanted to get away. They didn't need an outside agency checking in on them. They wanted just to know they were safe. So Dale, like when I asked you, do you ever want to move back home? No, stay here. Absolutely stay here.
This is my sister-in-law, Carla. With her different disabilities and stuff, she has dementia, Alzheimer's. So for her, it's a little more difficult for her to live on her own. Although we use devices here, she does live with us, but to make sure that she does have her privacy and her own time, that kind of thing, we do have a nucleus for her as well, that she can communicate with us, and yet we can keep an eye on her also. And at times at night, she tends to get up in the middle of the night and want to wander. So one of the things that we did, and just an example as far as one of the things we want to have with our website, is that you don't have to spend a ton of money to get different devices that might be useful to you. For example, with her, we needed something to monitor her if she leaves her room. We need to know this. So what we did, instead of spending a lot of money, we spent $20 on basically a driveway alert system. And for $20, it does the same thing as what we needed for something that might be $300. So there's different things out there that is very useful for this, and it lets us know if she's up moving around. And it's very easy to set up. You hit a button and it's ready to go. So.
Right. In this case, I just want to definitely add that the reason for that is for Carla's safety.
Right. And you can see on the one picture at the top that that is that driveway monitor. And I held it up there so that way if you're in front of it, the red light goes off and the alarm does sound on that. And in the bottom picture, we also had a new shower installed because she has difficulty stepping up over in a regular tub. So this is a walk-in shower. So to help benefit, so it helps with safety for her and a place for her to sit down because she is a little unstable as far as her balance. So just a couple of things that can be done. And some of these devices that also on our website that will hopefully be there if it's not already is being able to possibly get some resources to show you where maybe you can help pay for these things from different whether it's grants or through maybe county boards or whatever, that if you're on a waiver or that kind of thing might be able to help pay for some of these items. And then with that, LifeZest was born. So
yeah, so basically what we wanted to do there was just sort of illustrate that we've been through this as well. Hopefully our audience can identify with us. Again, the family focus is what's important here. And what we want to do is show people that, we understand it can be challenging to find the right devices, or maybe not even sure where to find them, or again, as my dad pointed out, how you're going to pay for them. So that's really the meat of what LifeZest is helping people with those decisions and discovering those solutions.
So you guys, and I think you've kind of said this, but you really are, as this slide says, you are really focused on distilling the information on various forms of technology and presenting it on the site, on LifeZest, specifically for families and the people with disabilities themselves. Is that fair to say?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you're kind of coming at it from that perspective. It's very interesting. That's something I've kind of thought about at Disability Cocoon is, it's tough to talk to multiple audiences. So I like that you're very focused on just kind of that one aspect of it and can really speak to that specific audience.
Yeah. So, and with that, the focus on the family perspective when we're going through different, I don't know if I want to use the word betting, but definitely when we're evaluating different devices or solutions, we have some questions we want to ask about them. One of them, does this product or device offer independence? Because that's definitely a really important factor to consider. Are they easy to use? I think some people, may struggle with different types of things. We see this with like a Facebook portal. Some people can use that and some people may struggle to use that because of the way it's set up. And especially when you get into some of the speech recognition for certain people, that can be a real challenge.
And this device right here is a Dynavox, which my brother-in-law uses. And it's basically, it's kind of like an iPhone. Basically works the same way. And with me, the easier the better. And he outshines me on this thing. He knows what he's doing with it, so there's things out there that can help anybody. And obviously there's a lot more coming that we're not even aware of yet.
And a Dynavox is a communication device.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Dale is nonverbal, so he can, select the icons, pictures. I'm sure you've seen similar solutions to help him communicate with us and also people, probably more importantly, with people that don't know him. Another thing, do they offer peace of mind? I think again, with the family focus, we want to know that our loved ones are safe, they're taken care of, and we are sure that a lot of our visitors have the same questions. And you want to be able to offer, or you want to make sure they're safe and you have peace of mind, but you also need to make sure that you can provide that type of support and still offer privacy and dignity. Which leads us to the other question that we asked, that, do they accomplish these things with dignity? And of course, are they practical in a real world environment? I think that sometimes it's easy to promise the world, but it can be difficult to deliver. So as much as we can, we like to see a product pass real world tests. We definitely plan on attending more events to discover more products. The more hands-on that we can get with them, the more that we can help people make good decisions about them.
Because on some of this, I mean, just because you may have a certain disability one way or another, you don't need everything out there. It needs to be geared toward what you need. And I think that's part of it too. Why have 1,000 devices in your home if you only need maybe 2 or 3? So.
And then lastly, are they affordable? And we've touched on that already. And fortunately, I think that in many cases, people can get financial assistance if they know where to look. But if they can't for whatever reason, then, really the question, I guess, better put, is there a path to affordability for a given product? Does it qualify for certain types of funding? So really, moving forward, like I said, we're interested in discovering new different types of technology that we don't know about. We currently have a lot of content written for our website that isn't published yet, so we'll be rolling that out soon. But I think that we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg here. We know there's so much more out there that we don't know about yet. So again, anybody who's watching or knows of solutions, we would love to hear from you.
Can you give us a sneak preview of one of the upcoming articles? I don't know if that's allowed or not. Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I wish I had a list in front of me, because I'll tell you, we've got about 40 or 50 articles that have been written.
But do you guys do all the writing yourselves?
We do a lot of it, but not all of it. No. We have writers that we've partnered with to help us create some of the content. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Excuse me. But yeah, as far as upcoming articles, it's more of just different types of devices that we've discovered. And I'm sorry, I can't think of one right off the top of my head.
No, that's okay. I'm actually just thinking.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I should give you access to the on-demand Tech Fest thing, so you can go in there and kind of just review back all these past tech huddles that we've done and all the conferences we've done. Maybe that might be some useful content for you.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Something I think, at least I'm personally most excited about, is the resource development. And again, I talked about this before, but creating tools that can help people really arrive at the best decision or the best group of products, that are devices, solutions that will make the most sense for their specific situation. I think that's going to help people avoid having to weed through a ton of articles to make those types of decisions. And then from there, based on how they answer, then they can go on to find additional information, or maybe find the financial assistance they might need to make these purchases and get, again, the assistive technology and the support they need. Again, looking for anybody who wants a platform to share their voice on assistive technology, or even really anything to do with disabilities. Obviously, assistive technology is our focus, but there are so many offshoots of that, or ways that it segues naturally into that, we want people to be able to talk about that. And I'm thinking there are people that have experiences that we don't have, right? I know there are, and we would love to share that as well. Like I mentioned, we're building a presence on Facebook. Anybody that wants to like or follow us on there, that would be great. It's facebook.com/the-LifeZest. We try to post on there several times a week, and it's not just our stories, and that's the value of maybe going to our page there. It's not just the stuff on our site. We find stuff on other people's sites. We share things from Disability Cocoon. You're probably familiar with Disability Scoop, the Mighty, sites like that. We kind of monitor those sites and try to share what we think is relevant to assistive technology on our Facebook page. And again, we're definitely open to any type of partnerships to help promote companies that want to gain exposure for their products and services. And that is about the gist of what we've put together. I don't know where we're coming in time-wise, but happy to answer any questions.
No, you're doing perfect. We're at about 12:23, so perfect timing. So I appreciate you guys jumping on here, and I see a lot of opportunities for us to continue talking kind of off this, but you know, we have very similar missions, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring you guys on here, was so that people could see that there are other resources out there besides Disability Cocoon. And you know, I think what you're doing is going to be extremely beneficial, especially for those families that are out there that need the information presented in a way that's kind of crafted specifically for them. So I think what you guys are doing is great. I love the site, the design. So for those of you guys that are on, their graphic design and just the way that their site is presented is beautiful and clean and easy to navigate. So good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any questions out there from anybody? I'm not seeing any pop into the chat yet, but if anybody has any questions, you can go ahead and throw them in there. We'll give everybody just about another 60 seconds or so. Brian and Ed, thank you very much. Let us know how Disability Cocoon can help you, and let's, you know, I'm sure we'll be talking, and content will be flowing back and forth between LifeZest and Disability Cocoon. So, you know, the more people that are out there sharing this information, the better. So I think it's, again, great what you guys are doing, and I appreciate your time. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to everybody that joined on there. I'm not seeing any questions. So we will have some tech huddles scheduled here in the near future, working on kind of building out the schedule for the next 2 or 3 months right now. Kind of also focused on content for the tech festivals that we're doing in Wisconsin Dells in October. And then also we're doing a back-to-back event with the Coleman Institute's annual conference in October as well, out in the Denver area. So if you're looking for ways to learn, we're going to be hosting 2 events, and we'll have more of these tech huddles coming up here soon. So thank you all for attending. Brian, Ed, thanks again. And
Thank you.
let's stay in touch.
Excellent.